Hello, please, President Trump. I want to be head of the ATF. Something fun like alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I want to make Marlboro great again. I'm thinking my thing is I want to lower the tobacco age to 18, the drinking age to 18, and I'm thinking we should make it that only women can own guns because men are crazy. But that's what I want. I want head of the ATF. Nothing hard, nothing like Treasury or FEMA, nothing that has intelligence in it, central or artificial. I mean, or I could do DEA, but that sounds complicated. I'm just thinking I want to hang out in parties full of liquor, people having a good time. Please make me head of the ATF. And today we got Stephen Ferris. What job do you want in the government? If you had to choose one cabinet, what job would you want?
Oak.
I was going to say kitchen.
Oak? Oak. That's pretty good. You worked in IKEA, so. What about ATF?
Yeah, I used to work there. What?
The ATF sounds like a fun job, like being head of the alcohol, tobacco, and firearm. I mean, that's like got to be the best job, isn't it? Like, it sounds like nothing hard, no treasury. You don't have to worry about anything. Just party on and stuff.
I don't know. It might sound like that, and then you get the job and get in there and find out that actually, this is a very difficult job that, you're working like 12-hour days, sleeping, 3-4 hours a night. And, you're just stressed out all the time and you can't wait for it to end. And I think that's, part of the reason that you see a lot of turnover, with Trump. I mean, I guess, if it really is that hard of a job, it would be that hard under any administration.
Not me. I would just be like smoking Marlboro cigarettes all day, vaping. I even start doing tequila shots for fun. I would really get into it, I miss those days. I mean, are you old enough to remember the days where you walk into a bar and they reek the cigarettes, Those were fun days, I miss those days.
Yeah, it's true, because we used to eat at this restaurant called the Coffee Cup in Auburn when we first moved up there from LA. And in those days, it was like 1987 and people could still smoke in there. We would always ask for the non-smoking section, but it's like it still had that ambiance.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
And there's a Mexican restaurant in LA called Ernie's Taco House. Maybe it's just Ernie's Mexican restaurant now, but that place, you can still go in there and like you can't smoke, but like the whole place like smells like Mexican food and cigarette smoke mixed together because it opened in 1968. And so from 1968 until, I don't know, what year was it? 1990 or something?
Yeah, it was around 90 they changed that law, didn't they? It It was, yeah, in California.
Right. So, all of that is just baked into the walls, baked into the carpet, the seats. And so it still smells like that to this day.
Yeah, I mean, they can send you to Ward 18, but you can't buy a cigarette. I mean, that's just crazy. That
No,
is just,
I think, isn't it 18?
no, it's 21. They moved it to 21.
Oh,
Yeah, they moved tobacco to 21. Tobacco is becoming the new evil, the new
hmm.
evil that they're cracking down on.
What's the marijuana age? Because maybe you can get drafted, but you can
Oh, marijuana,
smoke.
you got to be 21 unless you got a medical marijuana card. You can
Oh,
still at 18, you can get a medical marijuana and still, but I think all the dispensaries are all 21. So you can't even walk into a dispensary at 18. But it makes no sense. Like, why, why are we making all these things so hard for people, You know, 21, like, but now there's drugs everywhere. Like, drugs are easy to get, but we're going to make it hard for somebody to have a cigarette, Have a cigarette vape. People are vaping all across. I think it's time. I think it's time I become head of the ATF. What do you think about only allowing women to have guns? What do you think about that law?
I think that's a great idea.
I think so too. We could have like they could go around doing to the target practice. It would be only women. I think it's crazy. I don't think we can allow men to have guns. And
No,
then
yeah.
then maybe we should just have women police. What do you
Yeah.
what do you think about women?
I
There's
think those are
there's police
both
everywhere
amazing
now.
ideas.
There's police everywhere. Like there's a lot of police.
Yeah.
On BART they have a lot of police just walking around. They got different types of police. They got
What kind?
police. They got people who are checking on in case you're passed out and they think you're homeless.
Right.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, man. This year, like I felt like, from 2021 until 2023, like I had some like momentum, like something was like I had a fire under me for comedy. And this year, I feel like I've lost a lot of that.
You know,
And so it's been tougher.
are you were you better off financially during the Trump years than the Biden years?
No.
Wasn't everybody though? Because there was COVID. COVID was the one that ruined the economy. It makes sense. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Levi's t-shirt. I'm kissing ass because San Francisco has a new mayor. He's part of the Levi's family.
Oh wow.
I'm kissing ass right now. But I think it was a bad time for all incumbents. I mean, incumbents all over the world like went down. In Oakland, they
Yeah.
got rid of their mayor and their district attorney. They recalled both of them.
Damn.
So the crime wave in Oakland is gonna go up. There's nobody to prosecute anybody. You might as well go to Oakland and commit some crime while you're at it. There's no district attorney and stuff. Maybe Kamala could be the district attorney. Wasn't she district
Maybe.
attorney of San Francisco?
I think she was, or no, of California. She was district attorney of California.
No, but she started out as district attorney of San Francisco. She
Oh, okay.
then she got elected a district attorney of California. Yeah, she put a lot of people away for weed and stuff.
Mm,
Which is really weird because she's also a pothead. So
right.
they have a strain, Kamala Kush. It makes you lose elections badly if you smoke it and stuff. I guess they raised like $1 billion and she still lost. It was really
Yeah.
weird. But if you're paying people like millions just to be on stage with you, I mean, I would endorse her for like 100 grand. I think 100 grand is my thing. I mean, like, you know,
Well, she
what
went
are
on The
my
View and
chances? Huh?
they asked her, What are you going to do differently than Biden?" And she said, "Not a damn thing."
Not a damn thing.
Something like that.
I'm just gonna sit around and do nothing for a couple of years.
All right.
I mean, I don't, yeah. The truth is, she, she had trouble with that. I think if she had gone rogue, she could have won. But I don't think she felt comfortable. But if she had distanced herself from Biden, she might have won this thing. But
Yeah, and she could have easily done that by saying, "Look, this was Biden's plan for the first 4 years, and then for the next 4 years, our plan was to do this, and I'm going to carry that on." She could have, and that next 4 years could have been different without having to criticize anything that Biden did in the first 4 years. Well, why not
yeah,
just do that?
the whole illegal immigration thing is confusing to me because I think we have a bigger problem of people showing up with visas and just staying, you know? Nobody really talks about people who show up with visas and just stay. Like me and my family, you know? You know? I mean, my dad was at Stanford. That's how he got into this country. My dad was an engineer, and it just happens we were here right at the time that Silicon Valley was blowing up, and we got to stay, you know. But that's the thing. That's a secret. There's certain occupations that if you're a foreigner and you major in some occupations in America that are really needed, they're gonna give you a visa to stay. You know, but it's hard. It's hard to come here actually. It is hard to come here. A friend of mine just got his green card a couple weeks ago, like a couple months ago. He hadn't he had to go back to Mexico to get his green card. Like it was really weird. He had to go back and then legally come in to get a green card, you know? He hadn't
Oh,
been in Mexico in over 10 years. But
oh.
he did take the chance and weren't going to let him back in. Yeah, you are taking the chance that at the end they'll just say no and stuff. It's a crazy process, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got lucky. I don't know what would happen to me if we weren't in America, you know? Because most countries they hate people like me, you know? But America, they love me. America's like made for me and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's made for me. Comedy's hard. Comedy's hard. I went to an open mic on Monday. There was a Russian woman who lived in Germany. She was on vacation and she did a set in English. And I was thinking like if I went to a foreign country, would I get on stage at an open mic and do something in Spanish or you know, I mean that's like that's courageous, you know. It
Yeah.
is. She did pretty good actually. I was kind of impressed.
All right.
I was really impressed with her because yeah, and she was talking about how she immigrated to Germany from Russia, you know. She left before the war, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was impressed with it. But yeah, she made fun of her husband, so I mean, as long as you get to make fun of your husband, you got at least 5 minutes, you know. You got at least 5 minutes. Husband joke in any language, I guess. Made fun of her husband and kids. I was like, that's your 5 minutes, the universal language.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen like foreigners just show up to like an open mic or
Like how many?
no, just like random foreigners who come from another country and they're out here doing comedy in English, you know, they're coming through and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
they're
could tell you
just
one
visiting the
video.
U.S. and then after they're set, they go home or what?
Well, yeah, she was visiting. I don't know why she was here, but she was just visiting. Like she's not gonna stay and stuff.
You know where there was always foreigners every time I performed because they pulled them in off the street was Sia Emma's place. Theater. My little theater in the Tenderloin at the edge of the financial district. They would literally pull people off the streets and they would, I don't know if they were like translating it to them like, hey, stand-up comedy, and stand-up comedy almost anywhere, right? And so we would get some audiences that would not understand us. There would be full families, like maybe 5 or 6 people, from people going from like 75 years old all the way down to like 10. And so that was a hard room from time to time, and other times it was great.
That is weird. That place is hella small. This place is bigger.
Yeah, this room, even just Studio One, is bigger than my little theater was.
This place is bigger.
Matter of fact, we should do shows here.
Why
don't we do shows here?
We should.
We could have a Friday night showcase in the basement.
Yeah.
We could stream it live. We could have the different comedians that aren't on stage come into studios 1 and 2 and record while we're doing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We should have one big, huge open mic or showcase down here. It shouldn't be an open mic. It should be invitation only. It should be the people we want to invite. Definitely the Rat. Definitely Steven. Definitely people like Joe Mama and Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely Ashley. People like... anyway, I think we should start inviting people down here on a Friday night to perform.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they're not performing, they can step in one of the studios and stream.
Well, you had a big crowd on Friday and stuff.
Yeah, we did. We had a really decent crowd. It's funny what happens when you put out free pizza.
Yeah, there was like
free pizza in San Francisco. People coming.
I had 3 pieces and I was like, damn. And there were still like 5 pizzas out. I was like,
Chris didn't want to leave. He was torn between comedy and pizza.
Yeah. Actually, I lucked.
Steven knows I'm right. Steven knows I'm right.
I lucked out because there was an open mic at the Union Station, which is like a weed lounge in San Francisco that started at 8. But when I got there, it took so long. The Mike Tyson fight hadn't even started yet. So when I got there,
it wasn't even worth watching that, was it? Wasn't it just because it's on Netflix, right?
Well, no, these 2 women that fought before. Did you watch the fight?
The one before.
I didn't watch it, no.
Yeah, these women, man, they're vicious, dude. And then they decided that they had the biggest audience for a women's boxing match ever. Of course, everybody's waiting for fucking Tyson to get on stage, dude. That's why but man, these women kicked ass. One of them had a big ass cut near her eye, and I guess she got it from a headbutt. How hard does somebody have to hit you with their head to open up your eye?
Yeah, you bleed pretty easy and cut out of an eye pretty easy, but yeah, you just got to get the wrong edge, wrong corner, and it's not even what you're being hit with; it's what's in your head. You've got all these crazy bones in your head that if you get somebody hits you on your eyebrow, there's your big old whatever that is, the brow bone.
Yeah.
It'll cut open. You're getting cut from the inside out.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You're just getting blunt force trauma from the front. I think Steven's look is worth $1 million. He's like, ooh, ooh. He looked like Lucy when you. But yeah, that's what it is. It's because you're being pummeled.
It's not all good news. I do want to tell my children.
It's not all good news that you're being pummeled.
No, but I do want to tell my children that I lost $10 million of betting on Mike Tyson. You're on your own when it comes to college, I'm sorry I bet on Mike Tyson. I'm an idiot.
What do you think about all the stuff that's being said now about that Jake Paul? They're like, you shouldn't even have fought him. You should have fought somebody that's your age and in shape and not a grandfather.
Well, man.
Which is
Will Smith.
That sounds like somebody just casing on you.
Jake Paul's not even a boxer. I mean, if you look at his fights, he's never really fought a boxer before.
So he's a boxer like Justin Bieber's a singer.
Well, no,
I'm just telling you,
he
right?
fight,
Because they're all YouTube born stars. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, Junkyard Rat? I'm a stand-up comedian.
well, no, the only
I'm
he
just
lost.
telling you, I'm on YouTube.
He lost
So it
once.
must be true.
He lost once, and that's the only time he actually fought somebody who was actually a boxer because his brother was world champion. But I mean, yeah, he's not. I mean, you know, I'm not dishing on Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's 58. I'm 52. The motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he beat my ass.
He's in shape. You know, I couldn't go that long in a ring. Like maybe I could last 2 minutes, but it's like. I mean, that guy's in motherfucking shape. I'm not dissing him, but
Because you just don't want to run into him.
but the truth is, anybody who thought he was gonna win obviously was not in their 50s. Because once you hit 50, I'm like, fuck it. You're looking for the nearest seat, you know, where there's no bench. When you hit 50, you start going, maybe I shouldn't go to Vegas. There's nowhere to sit outside, you know. Where am I gonna sit? You know, I swear to God, you hit 50, you're looking for a place to sit. I mean, that's how it is. I'm not dissing the guy, but you know, the weird thing is, I saw the fight when he lost to Buster Douglas in Tokyo live. I saw that fight live It was during the daytime. My parents had separated. My dad got a new place, and that place had HBO. So I got to see that fight.
Is that your way of telling us who you went to live with, based on accommodations?
Oh no, nobody asked me. Nobody asked me who I wanted to live with.
No, that you were just you're going with your dad.
No, I didn't go with my dad.
Oh, you went back and forth. You stayed with your mom.
No, I didn't. I was just there for the day. My dad was in San Jose.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't live with my dad. No, I mean, my parents. They fought not to have me. It
was funny. It was kind of cool, Steven. If you knew when it went down, you know, they were getting divorced. The one told the other, you know, we've got to get a divorce. It can't happen. And the other one said, not it.
Well, my parents got a divorce when I was in college, so there was no really fight. But there was a fight over, like, you take him, you know.
You take him, not that I want him.
Well, my dad got remarried, so, and, you know, my stepmother, I don't think she was too happy with me. So.
You have to pry my alimony check for my cold, dead fingers.
That's a weird story. When my dad first got a divorce, he had to pay my mom $1,000 a month. And he said, you know, in 5 years, $1,000 is not going to be worth anything. 5 years from now, my dad had no job. He couldn't even pay the $1,000. But that is a weird story. Yeah, there was alimony. My parents had a house, but it was mortgaged, so somebody had to take it. You know, somebody had to take the house. But these houses are not going for like a couple million. Like the house went for $1.5 million like over 10 years ago. Now they're going up 3 million and stuff. So wow. they should have kept it, but yeah, nobody really asked me if I wanted to live with them.
Sounds like it was more like my brother tried to ditch me. I hear mom calling, and then him and his friends would take off running the other way.
Yeah.
Mom's calling you. Wham. It's gone.
Yeah. My brother was in college, and my mom and my brother were in college at the same time. And my dad got laid off, and only one of them could afford college. Guess who you think got to keep going to college?
You.
Not me. It was between my brother and my mom.
Oh.
My brother got cut off. Right. But you know, then he got a job. He joined a fraternity. He found a brotherhood. Got straight A's, and Now my brother's a CPA, so sometimes tough love works, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in fact, I got student loans to pay. I think my brother paid his student loans, and I think my mom was the only one out of the four of us who didn't have to pay any of her student loans. Student loans are bad, but they can't get me on the student loans because I never graduated. Are they really
Oh,
gonna
really?
try and get money out of me? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it
So
was
if you don't
weird.
graduate, then you don't have to pay?
No, if you don't graduate, it means you shouldn't have to pay. It was a bad education. Why are you gonna pay for
Oh,
college if you got a bad education?
all right.
Yeah, my parents never fought for me. They was like, "You take them, you take them." I don't know. Yeah, I always thought that I wanted my parents to divorce when I was really younger because my parents fought constantly and stuff. But then I realized I probably wouldn't have my choice on who to go with. So, well, I still live with my mom now, so I'm still there. But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy divorce. Divorce is never fun. You never went through a family divorce, did you?
No,
Yeah.
never had the pleasure.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Divorces are pretty fun. I
All right.
mean, marriages are really like they're really like business contracts.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at a marriage certificate, you're really getting into a business deal. So, you're getting into a business deal. People don't realize that. They think I'm in love, and then they look at this thing and they're like, "What the hell am I signing up for?" You're in a business contract, you know, you are. You're joining a business partnership between two people, you know?
Right.
See? There's my sound.
That's your sound effect.
That's
Yeah,
my sound.
that welcome to the Sherwood Forest. Sorry.
That's my sound to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I've had a crazy week. But I did really well at the Union Station open mic. I did. I killed it. I,
Yeah.
I killed it. Yeah. I
I'm
killed
going to
it.
do an open mic tonight.
Oh, which one are you going to?
Our comedy spot has a new one on Mondays. And I haven't done it because I have a study group that meets during the sign up time. But I messaged them tonight to see if I could come later, and they said I could. So
What kind of study group are you in?
it's for Rudolph Steiner.
Who's Rudolf Steiner? That's
He's this guy from Austria who was born in the 1800s, died in 1925.
you're in a cult, aren't you? Are you in a cult?
No,
What do you guys study?
we study some of his books that he wrote.
Oh, what kind of books are they?
They're about like they're kind of philosophical and talk about some ways of thinking about reincarnation and you know different mechanisms of the soul and spirit and the body and all that.
What past lives have you had? Do you know?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess he could tell, but I don't have that capability that I'm aware of.
I think you were my father in a past life or something.
You think so?
No, I don't know. I always wanted to past lives, you know, like past lives. And do you think you were here before? Or
I don't know, and even from what we're studying, it's not really clear that he's talking about reincarnation in a literal sense. It's more just like the energy that is like within you or your DNA or whatever, and the energy that you put out into the world, like that reincarnates. Like you die, but that energy is still around, and then maybe somebody else picks up some of that energy because of something that you did and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Well,
So it's
there's a lot of countries in the world, and do you know how you like certain countries over other ones, and you don't know why, or you like their music, and you don't realize why? It could be because that's where you were in your past life, you know?
could be.
Yeah. It's not like we're living in another planet. Like what is it called when there's other planets in the world and we have the multiverse.
Right.
What about the multiverse?
Um,
Do you think there's a Steven in another lifetime that is like a famous comedian somewhere and another place
maybe.
you're like president of a country like Zelensky or whatever? I mean, what do you
Could
think?
be. Yeah.
What kind of things do you think you would like? What other kind of Stevens do you think would be doing out there? Like, you know, you picture other Stevens. You picture other Stevens doing better than you somewhere else, or like, do you ever think like, why am I gotta be this one? Why can't I be the successful Steven somewhere else? You know?
I haven't had that thought before, but I'm sure that I will now.
Because you don't watch the Marvel movies, right?
I've seen most of them, I think.
Yeah, a lot of them are about the multiverse, you know. And I was
Yeah,
thinking
and
of
that's where I started getting kind of tired of it.
yeah, and
It's just like, all right.
I kept thinking like, is there another world where Chris is like Dave Chappelle somewhere, you know? Am I like the loser Chris? Am I like the loser Chris? There's like Chris who's Dave Chappelle, or
Hates
maybe
trans people.
yeah, like maybe I'm like head of a religion, in some other planet, you know. I always
Hmm.
wonder if there's like successful Chris's out there and stuff.
Probably.
Yeah, the whole multiverse. I mean, I think the multiverse is real. I think they are experimenting with other planets, you know. I know it sounds crazy, but anytime anything hits Hollywood, it's like 20 years in the past. So I wouldn't be surprised if, because we don't really know what the hell is out there. You know, there's a lot of planets out there. It could be that there's a planet out there that they're they're experimenting with life right now, you know. They got a bunch of robots, you know. It could be true. It could be out there, you know what I mean?
Could be.
You look skeptical.
Uh,
But you're the one that's in the cult. Why are you looking at me weird? You're the cult member and stuff.
I'm not in a cult.
So you guys like meet once a week to discuss your books, or
Yeah.
are there? But this guy was alive in the 1800s, right? He's not.
Yeah, but I think most of it, well, yeah, he was born, he lived to be fairly old. I don't remember exactly what year he was born.
Where's he from?
Austria.
Austria.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna go to Austria to check out his homeland one day? Are you that into it? Like you're gonna make a pilgrimage to see his hometown?
Say that again for me.
The what is it called?
Pilgrim.
I eat
Pilgrimage.
grits.
Pilgrim.
Pilgrimage.
Thank you.
Have you ever eaten a pilgrimage?
Actually, you know, there's a yeah. I used to love that shit, but my mom wouldn't let me eat them because she said it stained my clothing. So, but yeah, I used to love that stuff.
But she
Yeah.
was fine with you blowing your nose in your shirt.
Well, no, she's not fine with that at all. I do that when she's not looking and stuff, you know.
Okay.
But that's a habit I always had. I don't know why. Yeah, when I eat, sometimes I start sneezing. I don't know why. I've always had problems like that. You know, when I went to Chile the last time, I think it was the air or I was drinking too much Coke because nobody drinks water down there, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, my nose was running all the time, and I'm quite sure my family thought I had a secret drug problem going on or something. But yeah, I always had a problem with that, you know, even when I was a kid. But that's why I just use anything I can to blow my nose because I'm always blowing my nose, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So are you going to
I
are you,
just
huh?
I do snot rockets.
Yeah, those are fun too. But I don't understand why people get mad when you blow your nose with your clothes, you know? They really get upset over it. Like, I mean, you know, I mean, I think they're more okay with you having cum all over your clothes than not for some reason, huh? It's just not. It's not cum. It's not a disease, you know. It's crazy. Did you hear that the monkeypox is back? The monkey,
No.
the monkeypox is back.
Yeah.
So I suggest you don't have sex with monkeys anymore. Sex with
Okay.
sex with the monkeys is out. Damn it.
Especially if they
I'll stop today.
Yeah. Remember a bunch of people got the vaccine? Was it a couple years ago? People, especially, they told gay people to get the vaccines, the monkeypox vaccine.
Oh.
But I guess somebody came back from Africa with monkeypox, which sounds kind of racist, but that's what I heard in the news. It's not racist. If it's true, it's not racist. I'm not making any judgment, but I guess the monkeypox is running crazy in Africa. And
Oh.
somebody came back in the Bay Area with the monkeypox. I think they're okay though. I don't think it kills you though. I don't think it kills you. How many vaccines have you gone? Are you into the vaccines?
Yeah. I had never had a vaccine before 2019. I never had a shot, period, before 2019.
Because you're real hippies.
Yeah.
You're real hippies, except you don't fuck with weed. You're real hippies. You don't fuck with weed. But yeah.
Right.
But what made you decide? Was it COVID that made you decide to get the vaccine, or?
Well, no, because this was before COVID. I
I
didn't even know COVID existed, but my mom called me up and she was like, "Hey, I never had you get any vaccines and stuff when you were a kid, but I've kind of changed my mind about some of that stuff now, and
yeah.
and you might think about going ahead and getting some of that done."
Yeah,
And
because
so,
your mom goes to Japan, so down there they had all kinds of COVIDs running around for years and stuff.
sure, yeah, maybe that was a factor. I don't know. My sister's a little bit more into getting all that stuff done too, and it could be that she talked my mom into changing her mind about it, and
Yeah, my
you
mom does
know,
it regularly. Like, they have to tell her no. They have to turn her down. Like, no more vaccines. She would get a
she's
COVID
hooked on them.
vaccine
Yeah.
every month if she could. I'm like, they're like, nah, you can only do it once a year. My mom is all down for that stuff. Yeah, I
Okay.
I got like
Well,
3 shots, but I stopped.
oh,
I haven't. I didn't get any more COVID vaccines. But you know, when I was a kid, they did it too. Like I got the thing was every time we went to Chile when I was a child, they would shoot us up with all kinds of shit. I remember my brother and I would go to the hospital and they would like shoot us up with stuff. I don't know what. And I actually got the little mark, the vaccine mark that they give you. Yeah,
oh,
because I think they did it to you in school back in those days. Because
yeah.
yeah, I know I got the polio vaccine. I got a bunch of vaccines, but yeah, the flu shot. I never was into the flu shot. Like I just wasn't into the vaccines. My thing was that people they're upset with our RFK Jr. But I'm thinking if somebody really knew what was happening in the medical world, wouldn't it be one of the Kennedys? I mean, they've been in power for more than 70 years.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't one of the Kennedys know more about that kind of stuff? Because the family was so politically connected for years that, you know.
Well, yeah, and they shot him up with drugs all the time.
Yeah, they shot up JFK with drugs all the time. What? Yeah. He had all kinds of diseases and stuff, you know. He had all kinds of diseases and stuff. I think it
Right.
was Marilyn. Marilyn was a super spreader.
Dude, that needs to be a. Oh my God.
I mean, I love my brother, but I mean, Marilyn's not that hot. I wouldn't share Marilyn with, I wouldn't share, you know, my brother could have Marilyn. I'm not going to share Marilyn with anybody. That is just
That
weird.
needs to be a sound bite. Marilyn Monroe was a super spreader.
He was a super spreader.
That's great.
I mean, I heard stories that she would go from one brother to another. Wouldn't that? I think that's why they killed her at the end because they thought she was pregnant and they couldn't figure out which one of the two was the father. So
Oh
they
no.
just got rid of her and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back in those days, like back in yeah, that was weird. Like, but I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't around back then, but yeah, actually, I was in the hotel that Robert RFK Sr. got killed in L.A.
Yeah.
I was down there.
When it happened?
Yeah, where it happened, they tore it down. They built some kind of school museum, the ambassador. But I was down there for an extra. They were shooting. I think it was 61, the film about the Yankees, Roger Maris.
Oh.
So I was there, but I wasn't inside the kitchen where it happened. But yeah, I'm thinking like we only know what happened to his uncle and his father. We want some answers, damn it. Clinton tried to get he wanted to find out about JFK. Clinton tried to
Yeah.
get the info out of it, but yeah.
The president, or whatever it's called, or the
Yeah, they were trying to figure out what happened down there. But it's all good. Maryland's a super spreader. Yeah.
catches up on you.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that is a weird situation. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, she made some great movies. I'll give it. She should have done stand up. I think Marilyn was probably funny and stuff. If she was
Yeah.
if she was alive now, she'd probably have some she would be on TikTok. She'd be on TikTok and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She would probably be banging Diddy. Banging Diddy or something. Yeah, every time I talk about Diddy on stage, I talk about how stupid Diddy is. He is an idiot. He is an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, he killed Biggie after 2 records. Why are you gonna kill him? Why this guy's like he's one of the best rappers of all time. How dare you kill him after 2?
Oh no.
He's a dumbass. I was sure there was to this day I don't know why there's no more Biggie music. I mean, there's gotta be more Biggie music out there, right? I mean, this is all this guy did was just 2 records.
Yeah.
I don't know. And people act like they didn't know. I mean, Hollywood knew Diddy was crazy for years. The thing is, as long as you're making money for people, they're willing to look the other way.
Yeah.
They'll get you eventually, but yeah, they're willing to. Especially his mentors were still big. When his mentors got old, that was the end of Diddy. His mentors could save him for a point, but it is weird. Like, It, the whole thing with Diddy is like it's crazy, but there's a lot of Diddies running around Hollywood. You know, there's a lot of Diddies running around Hollywood. But enough of Diddy. How's your comedy thing going?
My comedy thing.
How's your comedy going?
Well, I don't know. Lately, it's been tough. I don't actually have any shows booked right now. There's one pending, but I don't have a date for it yet.
Well, it's Christmas
So
season, so comedy's slowing down.
yeah, and I thought, you know what? Like I've been going hard, like trying to get booked on shows for a while. It's been tougher this year, and kind of feel tired. So I'm like, I'll just take a little break, you know?
Yeah. Take a break. You got to start up a show.
I know. Yeah, I've been trying to think of a new name for one. I was trying to think maybe like stupid comedy or bad comedy or something.
The evil Ferris wheel.
The evil Ferris wheel.
Somebody was telling me they rode the Ferris wheel at Pier 39, and they said
Hmm.
it's like a box. Like you're boxed in with your own family. Like there's room for a lot of people there. You know?
Yeah.
I've never been on a Ferris wheel. Have you been on a Ferris wheel?
I've never been on one. No.
No?
No.
Yeah. They got one in Vegas too, but I don't know. I never saw the fun in Ferris wheels, you know. It just you go around and you probably get dizzy and sick. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather ride a roller coaster for a couple minutes and you're off, you know, you're off. Yeah. Last time I was in Vegas, I rode the New York casino roller coaster.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're I don't know if they got tougher. I'm just scared more, you know. But it was fun, but it was like it gets intense. You're like upside down. You're moving around, but it's fun to be up there just to see everything, you know. I
Yeah.
recommend it. So who cuts your hair? Do you have like a barber or you just do it yourself or
I went to Supercuts.
nice.
Yeah.
What do you tell them when they
I
ask
told
you?
I told him just give me a buzz. Use the number 4 over the whole thing.
Yeah, I tell them I want it short. I'm like, I want it short.
Yeah.
I don't like getting haircuts. Do you like getting haircuts or?
No, I only do it like a couple times a year and then I let it grow out.
Yeah, I don't understand why I never like getting haircuts. I don't know why.
Well, I don't dislike it. It's just that, you know, I was like, I had the mustache going and I had the longer hair. And I
Yeah,
was like, okay, like obviously I need a haircut. It's bugging me. And so I was like, if I get it cut, if I do the buzz like this, I don't think the mustache is going to look right. So should I just get it trimmed a little bit? And then I was like, no, because then I'll just have to come back in like 2 weeks and get it trimmed again. So
yeah.
I was like, eh.
No, sometimes I think I just don't like somebody near me or something with a scissor. Maybe I got some
Mm.
trauma. I got some trauma. Like I never liked it. Or they put you in front of the mirror and you're just staring at yourself and like you're like, damn, I gotta lose some weight, you know? There's nothing fun about any of that shit, you know?
Well,
But
can you
yeah,
get your stomach stapled again?
I wouldn't do that. I was watching a program on Ozempic and stuff.
Yeah.
Ozempic, I'm not doing the Ozempic and stuff. I
Why
think
not?
I think to lose weight, I'm just gonna cut off one of my legs one day. You know, I'm just gonna go bionic. I think in 5, 10 years, they're just gonna cut off our limbs and give us robot arms and legs. You know.
Well, yeah, but you're still gonna have all the extra weight on your body.
Nah, I think I'm gonna lose it all. I think the
Okay.
trouble is I smoke too much weed. I gotta stop
Oh,
smoking weed because weed makes you eat. You know,
right.
gives you the munchies and shit. You know.
Hey, hey, we're the munchies.
I'm I'm blaming it on the weed. I'm blaming my weight gain on weed. I was
All
doing
right.
well until COVID. COVID like threw me off. You
Yeah.
know, COVID threw me off because I was in my place and I would walk around the golf course. But golf courses are so boring, you know?
Mm.
After a while, I got mad. I was angry. I'm like, we got to get rid of the golf course and just build housing. You
Okay.
know, but yeah, I was doing well until COVID. But yeah, I guess I could go back to TJ and get my stomach stapled again. So this time I want to get bigger boobs. I think my boobs are too small. I didn't realize that before they gave breast implants, they would put silicone inside the breast. I'm like, who's that? Uh, what kind of doctor would put silicone inside somebody? You know, what kind of
Yeah.
what kind of crazy? I mean, what kind of person would be like, that's a good idea? I'm just gonna put silicone in my body. You know, like that's just nuts. You know.
Late stage capitalism.
Yeah. You know, before even the breasts now are different, but yeah, I'm like, what do you mean they used to just put silicone in there, you know? My ass is pretty big though. You got a fat ass too, so
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you need a ass implant and stuff.
No, definitely not.
But the ass implants look weird, you know? They never look normal, you know?
Yeah.
It's because it's hard to get a real nice ass implant because you got you got the silicone on both sides, right? But
Right.
you gotta leave area in the middle so you can pee and shit. You know what I mean? So it's hard to get it all because you got implants on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I study ass implants. That's my new thing. But it never looks. It looks weird, you know. And it's always some skinny white woman with a 300-pound ass or something. And like it doesn't look normal, you know.
Yeah.
But nobody complains when they get boob jobs. But yeah, they gotta do something about the ass implants. They just don't look normal. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to call up Trump and see if there's who's head of the ass implant department. Like maybe we can regulate the ass implants, you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe people get mad over some of the people that Trump like decided to give them jobs. Like people get upset over that. I don't even know
Well,
who these
that's why
people.
he gave him the job, was to make him get upset.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know half of these people are. They're like really upset over them. I know a couple of them, but I'm like, you know, I mean, I don't know. Does it really matter though? I mean, and it's not like they get hired. They got to go through the process, you know. But at this point, they got the Republicans have the Senate, so. But enough about Trump and the election, you know.
Yeah.
It's time we move on to something more important. Like, how much do you love Levi's?
You know, I haven't worn Levi's in a while. I have a bunch of pairs of them, but they don't fit me anymore.
Did you ever have
And
the 501s, the button down, or?
I never got the 501s. The 501s, that cut never fit my butt. So I'd have to try on some of the different style numbers and find the one that fit. And they made these ones called Silver Tab at one point that I got really into, and they had a lot of room for the butt.
You should have bought some apple bottoms.
The apple bottoms, yeah.
The apple bottom. You got an apple bottom. That's why. That's why you got an apple bottom. You need to move on to the apple bottoms. It's true. People don't realize it. Like, you know, I don't even fuck with jeans anymore. I wear sweatpants. I don't even know. Like I haven't worn jeans in a while. I got pants because you need one pair of pants. You need at least one. in case you
Yeah.
got to go somewhere important and stuff. But
Yeah.
you got to move on to the apple bottoms. Do they still have apple bottoms or
I don't know. I haven't looked for those.
what are you trying
Uh,
to get for Christmas? Are you trying to get more
uh,
deodorants or?
well, I don't know if somebody will probably get me some, but um, I'm trying to get a photo printer and some a photo like a negative scanner thing that you can hook up to a DSLR camera and then digitize photo negatives and slides.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna try to do that, and then maybe some more trains. I don't know. We'll see.
Sounds like you need a sugar mommy or something. Get you
Well,
all
I'm
the
making some money.
get the trains. My dad has a train set. My dad has a
Does
train
he?
set. Yeah, there's an Osh. You know Osh, the hardware store. There's an Osh in Walnut Creek that has a whole train set up on the roof.
On the roof.
Yeah, next time you're in the area, we should go down there. We could check it out. Yeah. There's a Nosh
Okay.
store that has like a train setup. Yeah. I
I've been
don't,
trying to get.
but you bought all the brood out. Like, there's no more brood at the Safeway near my house. You bought
Look
like
at this
10.
guy.
You're trying to. What is that? Oh, is it a drone or?
No, it's a train.
Oh, it's a train.
Yeah,
You need like a drone train.
a drone
They
train.
don't got trains that just run on the ground. Like, you don't need one on the tracks.
Uh, well, they do have. I mean, you'll see them at like they set them up for little kids to give them rides sometimes,
Well,
where they have it looks like a train, but it just has like rubber tires, and then they drive it around.
yeah. I rode the Disneyland train, I think, last time I was in Disneyland.
You
So,
rode on the Disneyland train?
yeah, I think I rode on the Disneyland. I ride the BART train. The BART is a train, isn't it? That's a train.
Yeah.
I like BART. They're always in delays, though. They always got delay. Somebody got stabbed last week in front of the Embarcadero BART station. You know?
Oh.
I think it's because they didn't pay their fare. They stabbed him. So now the guy's dead because he didn't pay his fare. So from now on, you got to pay your fare, or they're just gonna stab you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he got stabbed. Embarcadero's not the area where people get stabbed at. It's more in the Mission. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. I apologize. Are you doing something for work or?
Yeah.
So BART is safe, but a lot of people don't like it. But BART's a train. So what you got going on? You got to come up with a show for. You got to book your own show, like at least once a month. You
I
know.
know, but if I do it at Punchline, they won't let you on it. So you got to call up or send an email to Mary Van Note and say, "Hey, what can I do to make up for
Mary
whatever?"
Van,
So
no, is that who banned me? You
well,
know,
I don't know who banned you, but I think
Mary
if you
Van Note.
emailed Mary,
Mary Van Note
uh,
is running the is she's working for the Punchline.
yeah. And usually,
Why?
if I'm going to produce a show at Sacramento in the callback bar, she's the person that I contact.
Well, no, I said nothing about the Punchline. I'm telling you to get a regular show.
Well, I know, but that's like the only place that I can think of where I could do it.
There's a lot of bars and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have relationships with those places.
Me neither. It's weird. I like people don't even know me at open mics. I go to this open mic and they don't even know who I am.
Oh,
Like when I went to the Union Station open mic, the guy running had no clue who I was. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
People have no clue who the fuck I am.
That could work to your advantage or it could work to your disadvantage.
Oh yeah. I did well, but yeah, it's always I mean, I've gone so long in this business that I don't even know people anymore, but I know some people, but yeah, I always think about doing open mics, but it's like I'll do the Union Station. I did it because Kel's wasn't going on while he's in
Yeah.
Hawaii celebrating his 40th birthday. I don't know what he wants to move to Hawaii. Every person I know wants to move to Hawaii, you know?
I
Not
don't want to be trapped on an island, even if it's as beautiful as Hawaii.
not me. I think we need to give Hawaii back to the natives.
Yeah, we should do that.
Hawaii is stolen land, We stole Hawaii. We actually
Yeah.
bought Hawaii. We didn't steal it, but we bought it.
My family and I went there when I was a young kid, and I remember my little brother had found this little tiki statue. And then all of a sudden, like, we started having these crazy things happen. There was a spider in my brother's bed. And then my sister decided my brother got wiped out during the surf contest. It was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe that was an episode of the Brady Bunch.
I think that
don't
was the
remember.
Brady Bunch. Did he have any hot blonde stepsisters?
Yeah. In my dreams, I
Did he have
did.
any hot blonde stepsisters?
Marsha. Sorry, had to do it.
Actually, I learned English from watching the Brady Bunch. That's why I use words like groovy all the time, like you're so groovy. The truth is I didn't even know that I wasn't even on the air. I thought the Brady Bunch was on the air when I was watching it, but I was watching it on syndication. But yeah, I think I must have watched every episode, maybe more than once, but yeah, I mean the Brady Bunch is like the best show ever, I don't
Yeah.
know. Were you a Brady Bunch fan? You're not a Brady Bunch fan.
I've never seen it.
You never seen the Brady Bunch?
Nope.
No wonder you're a hippie.
My parents watched it.
Oh yeah, I used to watch MASH too. Remember MASH? I used to watch
I've
MASH.
never seen that. That's another one that my parents watched that they really like. They like MASH.
Yeah, MASH was pretty good. I
And
remember.
you didn't watch MASH?
Nope.
Really?
I've seen the movie.
What? I don't think he was even around.
Oh, the movie sucked compared to this series, believe it or not. Or at least I think that way.
I don't think he wasn't even alive when MASH was on, was he? I mean, when did MASH go
Well,
off?
so wait, so when were you born?
82.
Oh, yeah, so he's still there because I think the last one was like an 84-ish.
Yeah, but I mean, a 3-year-old, you're not watching.
You're right.
TV.
You sure you're not watching?
Well, plus I never watched any TV really until I was like 12 or something.
Barney.
You were all into a purple dinosaur named Barney.
Oh yeah, were you into Barney? Barney
No.
And Baby Bop.
Barney and Baby Bob. Barney's weird.
That's actually that's too far. You were more like He-Man.
I saw a documentary
No.
on Barney. Barney's got some weird history and stuff.
What was the first TV show that you remember that you couldn't get enough of?
I don't know, maybe like Bonanza or something. Rerun.
Bonanza?
What the fuck? I'm sorry. But I was thinking something even more updated. Even Sabrina the Witch would have been more
Sabrina.
updated.
I never watched that.
What?
Well, that's good.
I'm
I'm starting to have a little bit more faith in you.
I used to watch it because Punky Brewster was on Sabrina, wasn't it? Wasn't Punky Brewster on Sabrina? Punky
Yeah.
Brewster, Soleil Moonfry was on Sabrina for a while.
Funky Brewster.
I think, and the cat was hella cool too. I wish I had a cat that talked to me. My cat didn't talk to me at all.
Yeah, the cat that looked like it had been stuffed.
Yeah, it wasn't even. Yeah, it was
Wasn't
weird.
even a real cat. It was like what do they call that when they do it? Taxidermy.
The taxidermy
Taxidermy cat.
Was it a dead cat?
I think it was like a taxidermied cat
That
they were
is
just
weird.
like moving around.
There was a dead cat on TV for a year. Have you ever smelled cat? Cats like there are a couple of times where I smell like dead cat. It's been around for a week,
Ha!
and it just smells so bad and stuff, you know?
That's right. It's a new cologne by the Junkyard Rat. It's
That's-
called Dead Cat.
That's why I always think it's weird that people actually eat cat. I'm like, they eat this shit, it reeks. It just reeks. It reeks.
I'm thinking any unkept flesh is not good.
No.
Doesn't matter what animal or being it's from. And it's not meant to be, it's not meant to really be eaten unless you're a carnivore.
Yeah.
It's not really meant to whatever. I'm talking about any kind of meat, like even cow or whatever.
I think Steven's showing us what he's going to eat for dinner.
Oh, no. No.
That's a nice
This
cat.
segment is going out to our cat lovers. We don't eat cats.
Oh,
Cats eat us when we're gone.
yeah.
That's right.
Steven's he's a childless
I
cat
ate his
dude.
tumor.
Huh?
I ate his tumor.
You ate his tumor.
You ate his tumor.
It's all gone, right?
It's all gone.
You
Yay.
took it out.
Yeah.
It's expensive having a pet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Real
figured out
expensive.
why. I was watching the news. It turns out a lot of veterinary companies are being bought out by corporations. So you're being charged more because your vet is now part of some Walmart corporation type thing, you know.
I always felt like the word veterinary was going to be like pilgrimage.
Yeah.
It's a
I was-
callback for our earlier
I was
crowd.
confused. I'm like, when they had Veterinary Day, I thought, I didn't realize that was veterans. I thought it was Veterinary Day.
Venerary
That's
there. I
another
knew it
word.
was going to happen.
That's another word I can't say. Veterinary.
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 I took a class too. I took a speech class to learn how to pronounce words like, you know, how to pop your letters. Pop. Deepen. Did you ever take a voice class? I took a voice class.
I don't think I ever did take a voice class. Maybe. I don't know.
I did a speech class too. A speech
Yeah.
class. I did a speech class in college. I'm very good at giving speeches and stuff, you know? They're just like comedy routines without jokes. Speeches are easy
Mhm.
because you're not expecting laughter. There's no laughter requirements. You know what I mean? When you do comedy, they expect laughter requirements, but when you're doing a speech, it's just a 5-minute comedy sketch with no laughter. But I get laughs anyway. I don't know why. But yeah, in college I took a speech class, I took a voice class, and people still tell me they don't know what the fuck I say a lot of times. I mumble and shit.
I think that the only 2 words I caught you on is because you didn't pronounce them correctly. And I bobble my words all the time, and we're both public speakers. That shit happens.
My mom she acts like she can't understand me once in a while, but I think she's just messing with me.
You should tell her, Mom, I'm the updated version.
Yeah.
I'm the 2.0. You should understand me more than you understand you.
She tries to guilt me like, why
I
can't
like
you
Steven's
talk
little
to me
nod
in
there. He's like,
Spanish?
yep.
Talk to me in Spanish. I understand you better in Spanish.
No comprende.
But I think she just wants to fuck with me. Like, I'm just gonna act like I don't understand what you're saying. You know?
Parents do that regardless of what language
Yeah.
they're speaking.
Nothing funner than you feeling pressure, having to make people laugh, and your mom's like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Thank you, Mom. Like, making me feel so good. You know? But yeah.
You know you make me feel so good. You know you make me feel so
I
good.
know. I just told her I could text you from now on if you prefer. I'll text you.
I'll text you.
And she thinks she doesn't understand me. Like, she talks to the remote, and the remote has no idea what she's saying half the time either. So I'm not the only one. I think it's called being a foreigner, you know. But it's weird, you know. Sometimes, like, when I go to the McDonald's in the Mission, I know everybody there who works there knows Spanish. but I don't always order in Spanish. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Just when I gotta make it clear what I want, you know. But it's like I'm gonna translate a Big Mac in Spanish. Yo quiero un Big Mac. Quiero un Big Mac de pollo. You know.
De pollo.
De pollo. Quiero,
Chicken Big Mac.
quiero el, quiero el Big Mac de pollo. And then when
We're
I
gonna have the mariachi band.
Yeah.
Like, dun, 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 dun.
I order a large coffee, they're like, how many creams and sugars? And I hold up like this. I just hold up 3. And like you understand my 3, right? I used to buy weed from somebody who back when I lived in Orange County, he was I think he had trouble speaking, so I would come up to him and just like I would do like hand signals like 10. But that's how but yeah, I mean it's weird to feel pressure like to speak Spanish, you know. You don't feel that pressure. You see, you two, you just don't understand. Being bilingual is hard, you know. You just don't understand the pressure of being bilingual in America. Nobody's gonna speak to you any other language but English, you know. Or they're not gonna look at you thinking you're a sellout because why don't you speak to me in Spanish? I don't know. I don't know why I'm not speaking to you in Spanish. I would. I don't have a problem with it, but sometimes they don't like you speaking Spanish to them, you know? I learned about people like, you know, I live in a senior community and I ride the little bus and sometimes people on the bus are headed for the airport and they got their luggage, right? They got a lot of luggage and they're getting off at the BART station and I always feel like I should help them move the luggage. But then I always realize that this is an old guy and he's got his wife and if he needed help, he would ask. You just can't volunteer help because this old guy's like, I'm trying to impress my wife, you know? I'm going to move the luggage myself. So that's how I do things. I learned the hard way. You don't volunteer help. If people want your help, you know, I would help the guy, but I'm thinking this guy's going on vacation. He wants to show off about it. He can still move this luggage for his wife. So when he's out on vacation, he's going to bang the shit out of his wife, you know, like the wife's going to be impressed. My man still moves luggage, moves the luggage here, moves the luggage there. But yeah, once in a while I see these guys and I'm like, I want to help them out because I know that stuff is heavy, but I learned the hard way, you know, when it comes to older people, you just got to wait for them to ask, you know?
Yeah.
Even the bus drivers stare at them like, you know. I think the bus drivers are the ones that are supposed to help out, not me. But once in a while they look at me like, why didn't you help me out? And I'm like, because, you know, as a man, I realize you got to let men be men, you know. Especially these old school dudes, you know, like they come from an era where, you know, they were the leaders, you know, they did everything for the wife, you know, so that's how they roll, you know, like you want to make them look bad, like I can handle my own luggage, fuck you, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so I learned the hard way. You just gotta let people ask for help, you know, but like I said, all the time I see these, I'm like, they're going on vacation and, you know, they might be in their 70s and 80s, but they're still fucking, you know, and they're still married. So you gotta look good for your wife. Even at that age, you gotta let men be men, you know, like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. That's why I'm writing a book, How to Live in a Senior Community.
When you're not a senior,
How to live in it. I'm like 3 years away from legally being in that place, you know.
that's true.
But you know the funny thing is that there's a condo right next to me that's like up for rent. You can rent them out now. because before the law was you could only rent them for like 5 months at a time. But because of COVID, the city forced them to open up the rent. So you can rent them out, and the weird thing is Vi wanted to move right next to me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you're like only 40. They're not gonna let you move in next to me, you know? And he's like, why don't you rent it out? And I was like, yeah, it's really funny. I don't think people realize how hard it is to get inside this place. They do background checks. They check how much money you got. They just don't want any loser living there, except for me. I think I might be the only loser living in that place. They do. They do background checks. They want to make sure you have money. And the trouble is, and the other thing that my mom was telling me this, and I'm not really sure because I don't really understand it that well. But I guess the um the insurance companies aren't giving out mortgages anymore. They don't want to give out mortgages, so it's harder to buy these places because you can't get a mortgage for them. The insurance companies are refusing to insure these places anymore. So
Oh.
unless you got insurance, the only way you can get this place insured is if you buy it outright with cash.
Huh.
So, but yeah, in fact, the place right next to me, walking distance, got sold in less than a month. But the one right in the other side of me, nobody wants to live there because they can't see me every day, They can't. If you walk out of that place, you're not going to see me every day. But there is a wall separating us. But the other side, they get to see me every day and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
They get to see me every day. That's why. But yeah, it was weird. I kept like praying, like, bring me some potheads. Bring me some pothead neighbors. Bring me some hot women friends living together who are into comedy. They're comedy fans.
Yeah.
They're comedy fans. But I don't think I got that. I didn't get that. My neighbor has a nice bicycle outside too. Now I feel shame. He's older than me and he's still riding a bike.
Does he lock it up?
No, I don't think he even locks it. I think he does, yeah, but it's like a giant. He has a giant bicycle.
29er?
Huh?
29er?
It might be. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, that's the way the wheels are 29 inches in diameter.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know much about bikes. Probably it is, but I don't
Does it
even.
have like the big fat tires on it?
Oh no, he doesn't have one of those. He has like a 10-speed type with the skinny wheels, but
Oh.
yeah. And yeah, in fact, my neighbor's like a white dude, and I think his wife is Asian. But at first, we didn't know if that was his wife or his caregiver. Because there's a lot of caregivers where I live, and most of them are Asian for some reason.
Hmm.
I don't know. I can't wait till my mom has to hire some 20-year-old caregiver to take care of her, and the 20-year-old is kicking it in my place. Like, I'll be like, I know that's just awful, but there's a lot of caregivers where I live. But yeah, it gets awkward down there. I don't know if I like living in a senior community. I think
Why not?
I think it ages me quicker. I think I like being around younger people. You feel younger. It's kind of sad because you think of sometimes, you see things you wish you didn't have to see. Like I didn't grow up around my grandparents, so sometimes, you know how people say crazy shit. Seniors say crazy shit too once in a while, but it's different type of crazy stuff. And sometimes, they're going through things. But it's like, yeah, sometimes I think like it would be a lot better if I was just around younger people all the time. Because you start thinking about what's going to happen to me in 10, 15, 20 years,
Right.
you know?
With I think about the same thing. Like my parents, for example, right? Because my sister and her whole family recently moved in with them, so now my niece is there, and just seeing how much more energy my parents have having this 3 year old around,
Yeah.
it's it's amazing.
Yeah, it's weird. My parents went crazy when they had grandkids. My dad had all these pictures of the grandkids, and there were no pictures of me anywhere. I'm like, I told him, I'm like, there's a picture of my brother, but not me.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, man, that's a picture of the grandkids. Your brother happens to be in that picture, but, you know, I'm like, why can't you have a picture of your kids? Why is it your grandkids are special, but your kids aren't shit anymore?
Yeah.
Well, what happened to us? When did we get dethroned and stuff? But it's true. Like, yeah, when are you gonna have kids? Are you planning to have a bunch of kids?
Hell yeah.
How many kids do you want?
I don't know, probably three at the max.
Are you gonna move to Utah and find a Mormon wife, or
No, I don't want to do that.
what kind of wife are you looking for?
I don't know. One that I get along with well and have fun with.
Well, that's questionable. Did you always want kids, or did you want kids?
I guess so.
Would you raise them in the church?
Probably.
What about your church? What did your church think about the election?
I don't know. Most people haven't really been talking about it too much. Um, but most of the people at my church are pretty liberal. I think there's maybe a couple of people who aren't.
Did you have a Halloween party at the church?
No.
Those are common these days. The churches throwing Halloween parties and stuff.
Huh.
I don't know.
I'll have to bring that up at our next board meeting.
Or you're in the board now.
Yeah.
Are you gonna like do preaching? Are you gonna become a preacher?
I don't think so.
I went to see the new movie called is it the Enclave, about the Pope? There's a movie about the Pope right now that is out, about choosing the Pope, how they choose the Pope.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one's interesting. So, do you like going to church, or
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
are you in? Do they have a choir?
No. I mean we sing, but we don't have a choir.
Is it like a New Age church? They got like a rock group singing one of those.
Not at all.
They got a church with a rock. You've seen these churches where they got rock groups and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can't tell if you're in a concert, or you're in church on Sundays and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Christian daycare when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Christian daycares are the worst. They don't give a fuck about you. They'll hit you, slap you around. Somehow Christians think they used to they pulled my brother's ear a couple times. I mean, this
Oh,
was back
shit.
in the early 80s. I don't think people understand, dude. When we were in school, there was a chance the teacher was gonna slap you around and stuff and get away with it. You don't want to fuck around with our teachers, dude. Our teachers didn't play. We didn't have any nice teachers and stuff.
Yeah.
Our teachers did not play. But Christian daycare, I was in Christian daycare in Palo Alto, and yeah, they would slap you. They didn't give a fuck. These people, you know, they was, and then the truth is, I got scared because I thought I was going to hell, because I think it had something to do with my parents always telling me that I was going to hell. I think that's what happened to me. But I wasn't raised in the church, so here I am in Christian daycare, and I'm going through Bible studies, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm going to hell. I'm a bad person. I'm going to hell. And it was really traumatizing for me and stuff. It was really traumatizing, but it was fun too. They took us to Marine World back when it was I think it was in Redwood City, Marine World. Yeah, we had fun, but yeah, Christian churches, the Christians don't give a fuck. They'll slap you around. They don't fucking play. I
Yeah.
think Catholic schools are like that. They still hit you. They don't care. It's not me slapping you around, it's Jesus. It was Jesus that slapped you around. It just happened to me that Jesus was using my hand to slap you. But yeah. So would you raise your kids in the church or?
I mean, that's kind of what is that? Is that a loaded question? I don't know. I would take them to church and do the children's service and stuff like that. But
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
At what age would you let your kids smoke weed?
uh,
At
I don't know, probably
when they turn eight?
probably
Never.
21.
20. Actually, I started at 19. People don't
Yeah.
people don't realize that the first time I ever smoked weed at 19, and the reason why, I don't know, I had friends that smoked weed in high school. They were just holding out on me. They didn't share. That's one thing about, I gotta say that it's a good thing and a bad thing. Being Chris. The good thing is people aren't sharing drugs with me. I never really had a drug problem because when they had the good shit, they weren't giving it to me. Like nobody nobody was like, "Hey, come over, we're gonna do some cocaine." They kept that
Uh,
shit away from me. So that's a good thing. Because I
yeah.
had I had friends that were on crank, they were on speed, but they
Yeah.
never gave me anything. They kept me away from all that shit.
Oh.
Because
I had a guy offer me cocaine on Thursday.
oh yeah, we're at a comedy show or
No, we were just like hanging out at the social function.
oh the
Watch out, man. I've heard so many people getting fucking fentanyl, man.
yeah.
Dying.
Oh, I didn't want it. Yeah, he asked me if I wanted any, and I was like, hell no.
Mark.
And he had like some kind of device. I'd never seen anything like that before. Where he just like pushed up on the bottom or something, and it would like squirt it into his nose.
Oh, jeez.
He's all professional about it now.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
I just kept giving him shit the whole time. I was like, so is it like messing up your life and stuff like that? And he said no. He just does it a couple times a week. And then at one point, like we were walking, and he tripped over something in the street or something, or he thought he kicked something with his foot, and he couldn't figure out what it was. And I was like, maybe you kicked your cocaine habit.
Then you just said, "No, I'm just kidding. You could never quit that."
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's one things I'm thankful for that, nobody really I never been around any of that stuff. People
Yeah.
didn't people didn't like me to share that shit with me. They kept me away from all that stuff. I don't know why. It's because people don't realize, people don't share drugs with people, it's like one of those things people when they're on drugs, when they're drug addicts, they're selfish. You know, they're like they don't
Hmm.
want to give you any coke because they might run out. I'm
Yeah.
thankful for that kind of stuff, but sometimes being antisocial is a good thing. You got a
Hmm.
nice haircut though.
Thanks.
Yeah, the place I get my haircut in Martinez, there's one guy that you got to make reservations for.
Oh, really?
There's one guy, and then there's these two women that nobody makes reservations for. It's kind of sexist. But
Mm.
I'm okay with letting women cut my hair, It's 2024. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make a reservation for some dude to cut my hair when there's a perfectly fine woman who can do the job, you know? And they always tell me that I have a lot of hair. You got a lot of hair. And it's kind of like and the thing is, I got a lot of hair but I don't have enough hair on my legs. Why couldn't I get more hair on my legs? Why is it that all the hair ended up in my head?
I don't know.
I just wanted to have I have a friend that would never wear shorts, and I didn't know why. And one day I just straight up asked him, I'm like, why don't you wear shorts? And one day I saw his legs and I realized it's because fucking it looks like a jungle. He had so much hair. He was in junior high, he looked like he had jungle hair. That's why he wears shorts. But yeah, in my junior high, you couldn't wear shorts. You weren't allowed to. Yeah, the rule. In fact, the rule was that if the shorts touched your knees, they weren't considered shorts. But back then, nobody really had long shorts. That didn't really come in until Michael Jordan got popular and wore these long ass shorts. But yeah, when it was really hot, they would announce it like nobody wore shorts. And that's why I wear a lot of shorts because I wasn't allowed to. It's true what they say. If you don't let kids do something, when they become adults, they'll just do it over and over and over. People like it's fucking freezing. Why are you wearing shorts? Fucking Mr. Guerrero didn't let us wear shorts. I swear they wouldn't let us wear shorts. And I don't know what it was. In high school we got to wear shorts. I don't know what the fucking difference was, but it's weird that now they would probably sue you over that. They would take you to court. Why can't you wear shorts? Take you to court over that shit. But back then, you didn't want people wearing shorts. You were the principal. You could make that law. Nobody's gonna question it and stuff. Was there any crazy laws like that in your school? And
I don't know. The only thing I really remember was like wallet chains.
oh yeah,
Yeah, wallet chains. They got popular when I was in like seventh and eighth grade, and so they said we couldn't have those, and so then I would do stuff like I'd go buy like, um, what are those chains that are just like the little balls? They're usually just for like necklaces and stuff.
oh yeah, the ball and chains. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got some of those, and I didn't even have a wallet. So I would just like hook up the chain and like put a paper clip on one end and like stick the paper clip in my pocket and try to like wedge it in there so it wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it would come out. That was actually, in a way that was like where my comedy style kind of came from.
Oh yeah.
That I have today in a way because like one time the paperclip fell out and one of the girls in my class like pointed out that my paperclip had fallen out and I was like, yeah, I'll just put it back in later.
She wasn't impressed with the size of your paperclip. Like
I don't know.
I thought it was just your only paperclip that fell out. That would have been really embarrassing. Like, did you just play dumb? Like that's not mine. That's not mine.
Yeah.
Did you take my wallet? You took my wallet, god damn it. You took my wallet. There's like a little there was in my junior high there was like a little lawn area. It was called the 8th grade lawn area. But it wasn't even that big. But you could only be there if you were in 8th grade. But it meant something, It meant something. Like, oh, I'm in 8th grade. I'm gonna step on the lawn. But it wasn't even that big, It was weird. That's how they did it to us, That's how they separated us. They gave us a little lawn area. Said you're important now. You're in 8th grade, like. But these days, my junior high was just 2 years. But these days they added 6th grade too. So now you got 3 years junior high and 4 years of high school. I think it's better that way and stuff. I
Yeah.
wish they had done it the other way. They instead of 4 years of high school, they should have just took your freshman year and combined it with a junior high. So you would go 7, 8, and 9 to junior high, and then you had 3 years of high school. I think they would have been better served that way, but
Mm.
because I had a fun, my sixth grade year was fun. I had a good time in sixth grade, you know.
Yeah.
But these years is not the same because sixth grade was something you look forward to your whole life, you know, because you were kings of the school and stuff, you know. Now they took that away from you. They take everything away from these kids, you know what I mean? It's so sad. They can't smoke cigarettes until they're 21. They can't drink until they're 21. They can't smoke weed until they're 21. But
It's,
they can go fight at 18. What the hell's wrong with us? What's
I don't
wrong with
know.
us? Is somebody calling you or
Yeah, they just called me from Mexico.
who you know in Mexico?
I don't know.
Are you gonna answer it? You gotta answer it.
I did answer it, but now they hung up.
Maybe it's your Mexican wife. She's arrived. Did you order a wife from Mexico or no? They got Mexican telemarketers. Hello! Hello! You've got to come to Mexico and get a timeshare.
Right.
So where's your next vacation? You got a vacation? Are you going to LA anytime soon or?
Oh, I should go down there.
Hell yeah.
And, I used to know there were like a few like SAC comics that went down and got in big at the Comedy Store.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I always thought, hey, now I know somebody at the Comedy Store, but none of them ever really liked my act. So
I hear you. Ricky Luna used to work at the Comedy Store.
Ricky Luna?
Remember Ricky Luna?
Oh yeah.
No.
He used to work at the Comedy Store.
Oh.
I was hoping he was gonna make it big and stuff, but no.
He didn't do it.
I think he got fired.
Uh,
I don't know why. People don't like Ricky.
oh,
Ricky being Ricky.
yeah.
I don't know. You think you could have made it at the Comedy Store if you worked the door?
No, I don't think I could have.
Yeah, because it's a hard job, you know.
Well, it's not that. It's the culture. The culture is very just.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like this broy stand-up comedy
it's true.
status quo thing. And
It's
I'm like,
true. And there's
it's all people who grew up watching stand-up comedy on TV and thinking and just loving it and wanting to be like their idols that they saw on there. And that's not me at all. I'm like the opposite of that. So I don't think I would fit in.
nah. You're more like Utah. You should. They got comedy clubs in Salt Lake City now.
Yeah.
You can go move to Utah. You're more Utah. Have you been in Utah or you
I've
in-
been through it on a train.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't you taking a trip through to Illinois?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about going up to Illinois or? Because we were supposed to go to Denver, weren't we? But it fell through.
Well, I just didn't want to do it yet. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done it in the summertime, but I think October and November is a bad time to be in Denver, you know? It could be
Yeah.
freezing and snowing outside.
Right.
I mean, I would do it in the summertime where at least I know there's not going to be snow everywhere and stuff. But I landed in Denver. I've been in a Denver airport, but the high elevation I heard is bad and stuff. Give me,
I've been to Denver before in the dead of winter.
give me some chips. Why are you holding out on me? What kind did you get? Oh, you got the, oh.
Have you had these before?
No, what are they? Oh, the corn chips? No.
Yeah.
Are they from Trader Joe's?
No. You might be able to get them at like Whole Foods. I get them at the food, or actually, what's that place? Sprouts, I think, has them.
Oh, yeah, Sprouts. Yeah.
Yeah, go to Sprouts, man. These are so good.
Are they at the Dollar Tree or?
Yeah, but they're not going to help you lose weight, I don't think.
Well, no. It's corn chips are still fried, aren't they? Or are they baked?
Well, these ones are fried.
Yeah, anything fried is bad for you and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait until I can afford Ozempic. Holding out for Ozempic, you know?
All right.
I'm gonna get addicted to Ozempic. I'm gonna have like Ozempic needles going on. Every day I'm gonna put on an Ozempic needle. People are gonna get addicted to that shit, you know? That's a scary thing and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
The thing about it is, fat or skinny, my dick's still the same size, you know? That's the important thing. Fat or skinny. Fat or skinny, my dick is still big, so. Nobody, when you lose weight, nobody's like, I hope I lose 10 pounds on my dick, you know? I hope my dick shrinks, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird. At 52, at 52, it's like, I still get horny, and I always wondered, at what age do you stop getting so horny every day, you know? Because I look at porn every day, and part of me is like, I look at porn too much. Like, I'm addicted to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't go a whole day without jerking off, you know? But I think at 52, I'm like, am I too old to be jerking off every day? Well,
You got to ask your doctor.
I would, but I don't have a real doctor. I have John Muir.
Oh.
I don't have a doctor.
Oh.
I have a doctor.
Well, don't they have a hotline type thing and you can call or email or whatever?
Yeah, but who are you gonna call? Like, who the hell? Well, they got a sex show. Maybe I should call in the sex show. Paul's got 2 sex shows going on. I should call one of the sex shows and go, hey, you know, I'm 52 years old and I jerk off every day. I'm like, is that healthy for you?
Then you should listen to the last show, was sex, and it was last Monday, and it was about porn and how you should only watch porn in certain scenarios, and that you shouldn't be overstimulated as a man, and yada yada.
Yeah,
yada.
it's
and
true.
So that you should communicate with your partners or partner.
That's right.
So, even tonight's show is going to be interesting too.
Well, I was listening to the show about consent, and I always ask myself, like, hey, Chris, is it okay if I grab your dick? I always ask myself consent. Like,
and it's funny because even your hand goes, no, I know where you've been. Yeah.
Now that you pulled out.
Yeah, but it's Chris's delivery too. Just takes it to a whole other level.
You pulled
a
out.
Whole other level, yeah.
You only pulled out one titty. Can I look at your other titty?
Oh, jeez.
I had one time the woman just pulled out one titty.
And we wonder why his show doesn't get flagged, but yet the one where they're talking about sex in an educational format gets flagged. I'm so confused.
Pulled out one.
Seriously, I don't know why his show doesn't get flagged.
And it was weird. It was like the left titty. I'm like, are you making a statement by just pulling out your left titty?
That's what I mean. I mean, just like,
you pull out your
I want to use this podcast as an example.
Are you a
YouTube
Trump
and
hater?
Facebook, what are you thinking?
Maybe she's a Trump hater. I'm not pulling out my right titty.
No, it's not even that. Because if that was true, then the old show that used to be on Mondays would be cut every Monday. It would have been cut if it was Trump lovers.
Yeah.
Or haters or...
Oh, yeah, the other guy...
If it was about political stuff, they would have probably flagged it quicker than if you talk about sex.
No, this is America. This is the weird thing about America, that the difference between America and Europe, that in America, sex is like very watched, you know. If you go to Europe, they're always nude, but these violent movies and TV shows, They're just not cool like they are here. Out here,
Jeez.
we let 13-year-olds watch movies where like 1,000 people die. But show them one titty. Oh, they'll freak out. Like, oh my God, my 13-year-old saw. In fact, people don't realize it. You can get arrested as a sex offender if they catch you peeing on the street these days. If they catch you peeing outside, you can get in real trouble as a sex offender because you were showing your dick in public. I mean, that's how crazy things are. It's the truth. It's like sex in America is so regulated. Like in Europe, you're gonna see nudity on fucking TV, but out here, they're gonna show you fucking Gladiator chopping off people's heads over and over. But oh, I mean, did we see a fucking Janet? Remember Janet Jackson? I mean, her titty was there for like a second, maybe a second, and people just freaked out. You know, they freaked the fuck out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, it's really fucking bizarre. Yeah, it's really fucking bizarre. But thank you for being on, Steven.
Hell yeah.
I think it's time. I mean, Paul's got to order you a ring for your. I think this is your.
Yeah, you get a robe. You get like for your 10th appearance, you get a robe from like the dollar store or something, and we'll have your name embroidered on it or something. It says, "Hello, my name is Steven Ferris."
I just want to say that your haircut looks super. You know, it looks really nice.
And if you make 5 more appearances, we'll make a matching robe for your cat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
What about your other cat? You just showed us one cat. Like,
I don't know where the other one is.
Are you ashamed of your other cat? Like, are you like closer to one cat over the other?
I don't know. I think one cat maybe is closer to me, but it depends on what I'm doing. You know, when I'm in here working at the office, it's usually Puck is the one that hangs out. So that's the one you saw. If I sit down and watch a movie, then Father Mackenzie wants to be close to me and he'll crawl in my lap. And, you know, if Puck is anywhere nearby, he'll push Puck away.
I'm guessing Father Mackenzie's a Beatles fan.
I don't know if he is or not. I just named him that because it was another name that started with father. And my cat that I had before them was named Oberon. And I called him Father Obers sometimes.
You should have named one Eleanor Rigby if you're going to name one Father Mackenzie.
What about Father Sarducci? What's the name of that?
Yeah, Father Guido Sarducci.
Father Guido. Do you know Father Guido Sarducci?
You know Father Guido from Saturday Night Live?
No.
See, but he's never even seen MASH. So what are we talking about? All right, you guys. It's been that time.
I just want to say,
okay.
I know consent is a big deal. Like, pull out the left titty. I'm like, what about your right? Thank you, Steven. Thank you for being on.
Thank you, Chris. Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Edge Studios. It's been fun. Yeah, man. We got to do something. Maybe we'll go find out why Mary Van Noe hates us or me. You know.
With that said,
well, I don't think anybody hates you, and it wasn't her. It's just that, you know, she's just enforcing whatever.
And it's all your fault because Mary Van Noe's husband worked with you, and he got fired, and she's held a grudge ever since. Remember that?
You're just trying to get blackballed.
Remember that?
Where did he work with me?
I thought you told me Very Van Noe's husband like worked at the company you worked at for a while. Or maybe
I don't think so.
Oh man. Maybe
All right. Say bye, Chris.
Thank you. See you later, Steven.
I don't remember. All right.
Bye.
And remember to get things where Steven is all the time. Where is it? It's what do you guys want to do? There you go. We'll see you guys next time on the Rat.